Hi, Leather Rokk here. Welcome to my channel. And this is my tabby boy. Mwah. Boy, what a way to wake up, huh? So, today I'm making a different video than I thought I was gonna. I was originally supposed to show you a men's haircut, and in fact, I did the haircut last night, but I did not have my computer with me, brainy person that I am. So instead, I'm going to show you how you can take some neutral pale, skin tony, peachy colors, and you can still get a dramatic look. And the secret to that is a hot pink liquid eyeliner. And it's from a company in China called Hanyan. And I got it on wish.com. And if you want to see how I did this look, stick around. I just have to tie up my hair. And I found something to do it. I got two beautiful kitties in my room. And see, they were both asleep, so nobody could go pull a sneak out on me. They like to do that. They seem to think that I have a right to make a video that doesn't have a cat in it, and I beg to differ. So I got my oil, take this stuff off. Boy, I went through the computer and I deleted a bunch of junk videos that I knew really weren't good. And that included some bus videos that I had shot in a bunch of pieces that when I looked at them, it really wasn't exciting. And if it's not exciting and if I find it boring, I can't imagine that anybody else would think it was cool. So since I freed up some space in this laptop, I was actually able to avoid having to make the trip to Best Buy today that I was going to do. I just have so much to do this week. I have to give my mother a haircut after I do this. And I don't want to be stressed out when I'm getting ready to cut somebody's hair. That's never a good thing. So, as it is, when I did my friend, the Colonel's haircut last night, I wanted to shave the back of his neck because, a lot of people's hairlines are uneven around their neck. So if you have a very short haircut, sometimes you shave to even it out. And he didn't have that kind of razor except for the one that he uses to shave his face. And I know that you don't want to dull a razor that you're going to shave your face so that you don't end up irritating your skin and stuff. So I guess I'm going to have to keep a razor and a decent pair of hair cutting shears with me when I go to visit him now, so that if he wants a haircut, I can do that and neaten up the hairline and stuff. And as luck would have it, he basically wants the same thing out of his haircut that my mother makes once for hers. So it was really convenient. I'm just sorry that I wasn't able to do it on film because he was definitely game for that. These things in life fall into your lap. One of my viewers a few videos ago actually said that I was a opportunity seeker, and I gave it some thought. And you know what? She was right. I am an opportunity seeker. I thought that was the point of life. As long as you're not actually hurting people, of course you should seek opportunities. And if opportunities literally fall into your lap, if they're not something that you're asking for, but they are presented to you, even if ultimately you don't go for it, still, if things you get chances to take in life, I firmly believe, like Annie Mae, life is a banquet and most poor suckers are starving to death. That is so true. While we have this one life, you should definitely live it and go for life experiences and enjoy yourself and, go for the adventures. And I don't know why so many people are so afraid to live. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of the Ordinary foundation. This is the full coverage. Their palest shade 1.0 NS. The N stands for neutral and the S stands for silver. It's supposed to have silver highlights. And I am going to go ahead and just put this pretty much everywhere that the oil did things. If my eyebrows look a little weird to you, it's because I actually use a gray, thick, fat pencil, and then I went on top of it with that purple color, and I found that when I went on over top of the gray with the purple, it ended up making it look almost brown, which I found kind of a little bit annoying, but we find out through experimenting in life. And since I didn't really practice this before doing this, I mean, I did put the makeup on and it did kind of smear some, and I took most of it off and I redid it just before doing this so that I wouldn't look half-assed, but still, so much in life is a learning curve. And okay, I got that. Now, instead of the eye primers that I had been using, I went and got one of these full coverage concealers that I got from wish.com from a company called SACE Lady. I was pronouncing it Sace Lady, but I think they thought it was Sassy. And I believe they're from China. And this is the lightest color that it came in 01 full cover, but it's way too dark for me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on my eye area, but I'm not going to really touch the brow bone. I'm just going to focus on the lid and maybe go a little bit higher than the crease. I'm going to flatten it out with my finger, but I'm not going to blend it so much that it dries down. The reason for this coating is to have something nice and moist for these eyeshadows to adhere to. And even if you have a color that's not quite for you, if you can find a way to make it work so you don't waste money on products that you got that you can't use. I very rarely find something that I can't use, that I can't find some other alternate use for it. Like if I get an eyeliner pencil and it smears and it smudges depending on the color, maybe I can use it for something else. That way, nothing really, or very few items of makeup I get are truly going to waste. And occasionally I give things away if I know there's somebody that really can use a color or something. I've been giving some unwanted, impractical eyeshadows to some of my homeless friends lately. And if you think that homeless women don't wear eyeshadow, you're definitely wrong. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of makeup to make somebody feel better about themselves. And I'm all about that. Life's too short not to try to brighten people up somehow. All right, the first thing I'm going to use here. Oh, it occurs to me, I didn't even tell you guys what palette I was using for this. All right, most of these colors are from the ColourPop Lilac You A Lot palette, which is paler for the most part, purples and light pinks and stuff, but I really wanted a white of some kind to use as a brow bone. So I'm dipping into the Ulta Beauty Shine Brighter palette for this year. And they have a frosty pearly white called Pearl. And I'm using a Vivace brush that I got from the dollar store. It's a kind that both deposits and blends colors. And we're going to apply this color directly on the brow bone, absolutely touching our eyebrows, and it's going to be about 1/3 of an inch thick. And do the other side. I'm so glad I didn't have to take that bus to Best Buy today. It is really cold and windy out there. I don't think it's cold enough to be freezing, but it felt cold to me, that's for darn sure. Okay, nice white there. Then the first thing we're going to do is let's go for the brow bone color first, shall we? And by starting with the brow bone color first, it will show off the most. And for the brow bone, we are going to use this very neutral, almost flesh tone color called Imagine That. And I'm using another Vivace brush from the dollar store. And this definitely is for depositing and blending colors. And it's longer on one side than it is on another. And I'm going to get a generous coat, tap off the excess, and I'm going to go right in the crease. And this color really won't show up first. And I'm going to do a fairly thick crease, and I'm going to go as high as where the white starts. I'm not going to blend into the white. I'm just going to touch it so that you don't see any skin between this crease color and the white we just applied. Leave your eyelid space blank because we really need that lid and its tacky coating so that the lid color that we're about to apply shows up. I want to make sure that you can actually see this color. Now this of course will depend on your particular skin tone. Now this look I'm going to show you, this is a look that you can replicate with almost any palette. The idea being choosing colors that are fairly close to your skin color, bright and peachy or pinky. If you are a darker bronzer tone person, then adjust these colors ideally so that they look more like your skin tone. Now, if you are a darker person, I wouldn't use a pearly white. I would use maybe a gold, or if you're really dark, maybe use a bronze. Something that is frosty, shimmery, lighter than your skin, but not the white that I can get away with might be too much if you're really, really dark. So you are looking for colors that actually are not a big, huge contrast to your skin tone. I'm just using these colors because obviously as a pale face, I can use the lightest things. But you want to find how these can work for you. Because until you actually put the eyeliner on this, this is going to be a very muted, it's going to be even, it would be even be a work-friendly look if not for the eyeliner. Now, as soon as I find the brush for the lid color, oh, no, where is it? Oh, here we go. Okay, for the lid color, we are going to use this frosty, almost metallic, pinky, lavendery, purpley, but very pale shade. And it is called Wake Me. And I'm using a little brush from B&H Cosmetics, or no, I beg your pardon, this is from Ulta Beauty, and this came along with that big thing of makeup that I got for $19.95 that included the palette that the white came in. This has come in very handy. It was really worth what I paid for it. And this came with, I think, 2 or 3 brushes. Anyway, this brush, coat both sides of it, and you go all over the lid. And you can go ahead and touch the crease color, but really don't go up there because these colors are already so similar that they're already going to seem blended. So you don't need to blend them any further. Just get a nice, generous, really pack your brush with color. And just barely wing it out just so that it covers this. You don't want to have any lid space. Do the same on the other eye. Now you see why it's so important to have a very tacky, moist coating on your eye surface before doing this. If you didn't have a moist concealer or some kind of moist, sticky eye primer, or even a very moist foundation that does not dry down on you, if you didn't have that layer, this wouldn't show up. When you got it on as heavy as you can do it, now it's time for an under eye color before we get our dramatic eyeliner. We're going to use an actual eyeliner brush that I got, again, from Vivace, the dollar store. And we're going to use this really pale, 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 pale frosty pink color called Cloud. And touch it on both sides, then touch the very thin. I love this brush. If you want a real fine line for either a gel pot eyeliner or for your shadows, this brush is really wonderful. Just go very close to the lower lash line. Whoops, make sure you're using the right one. And maybe do it again. If you're right up against a light, since this is real shimmery, this will really shine around the rim of your eye. And do the same with your other eye. I don't know if you can even really see that. All right, now this is where things totally change. This with a light coating of mascara could be a perfectly decent working look if you guys had an office job or you otherwise had to look discreet and demure and you couldn't look like a painted lady and all that stuff. But if you want to take this from daytime demure, churchy, conservative, whatever you want to call it, kick it up a notch. Find yourself a bright colored liquid eyeliner. Hopefully something that isn't going to smudge all over the place. And if it's waterproof, so much the better. This is from a company called Hanyan. I don't know if it's Hanyan or Hainyan, but it's a company. I'm pretty sure they're out of China. And I got this from wish.com. This was like $2 or $3. Now, okay, computer, please don't fall. We don't want that. Now, and you want to get a line very close to the lash line. I like the brush on this. It's long. Oops, now you see that went a little high that I didn't want. There. It is so hard to get both lines the same thickness. When I was doing the lower line, when I was getting ready to go out this morning, the other line ended up getting thicker, and while I was trying to fix them, and then so both of them ended up getting thicker and thicker, and it was just real pain. And then, of course, when you use foundation to neat things up, the foundation ends up causing the eyeliner to smudge. And that's why when I went out, I actually did not put mascara on. Then when I came home, I put mascara on. Then I had to take it off my lower lashes because it smudged and it totally hid this eyeliner. And the whole idea of having a bright eyeliner like this is so you can see it. If you're going to use a whole lot of heavy black mascara, it's going to smudge against the skin and it's not going to show up on your lower lash line. So I would actually recommend you not wear mascara on your lower lashes unless you have a magic way of keeping your mascara from smudging. And some people wait until their foundation dries down so that the moisture doesn't make your mascara smudge. But you know what? Your foundation, especially if you have a whole lot of layers of skincare, it may never dry down enough and you might still smudge. And it might not smudge till you're already out the door and halfway to your destination. And if you don't see your reflection in the mirror and you show up where you're going, then all of a sudden you're looking like Alice Cooper, and people might not tell you for hours. Ask me how I know. I love this brush because you really can get a nice fine line. You know, the next makeup I intend to buy is going to be some colored mascaras. I want to get a mascara that matches this. I would like to get a red mascara so that I can wear a mascara with a matching